Hey guys, welcome back. So very recently I did an unboxing of a whole line of products from IKEA's 2020 catalog right here in Singapore. Now if you want to check that out and see what comes in all the packages, I'm not going to go through them now. I'll put a link to that video in the description below. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to split the review because quite a lot of products. So I'm going to split the review of the products into two separate videos. So for today, we're going to review the TRADFRI light bulbs and the accessories, as well as the smart blinds. And in an upcoming video very soon, I'm going to release my review of the Symfonist speaker. So do remember to subscribe to my channel so you know when that's up. Okay, so I've got these two bulbs here. Now they look very similar apart from, this part here. And that's got to do with the socket. So this one has an E27 socket and this one has an E14 socket. Now one thing you got to remember though, the E14 socket comes in at about 600 lumens and the E27 comes in at 1000 lumens, alright? So if you're wondering what that means in terms of brightness, I can't give you a real gauge, but what I can say is that for these E14 ones, I would say they are more suited for like desk lamps or night lights because they don't get as bright. So 600 lumens is not as bright. With this one, is 1000 lumens, definitely good enough for an entire room. For me, I've got like the Philips Hue bulb, which is about 800 lumens, and that's bright enough. So this one at 1000 lumens definitely will be fine. Now, one other thing to note when you're looking to buy these bulbs, do remember that the E14 socket or the 600 lumen bulb does have a color variant, right? But it's not RGB, okay? You have about 9 different colors to choose from, which is pretty good. Now, the 1000 lumen bulb, the E27 socket bulb, now this one does not have a 9 color variant or an RGB variant, at least not that I found on the IKEA website. It does have a single color bulb. It also has a 3 color bulb, which is sort of like between like really white to more of a warm color. So really switching between these 3. Now a couple of ways that you can actually control the bulbs is really with one of these, which is a remote control, which you can purchase separately or you can buy as part of a bundle. We'll talk about the pricing and all that a bit later on. Now this is really cool, and I actually made one mistake when I did the unboxing. When I saw these arrows, I wasn't quite sure what they were. I thought maybe it was to switch between the different bulbs. If let's say you have more than one bulb in a room, this was to switch between the bulbs. Actually, I was wrong. So in the bulb that has more than one variant, you can actually use this to switch between those variants. Like for example, if you got 1000 lumen with 3 colors, you can switch between those 3. If you got the 600 lumen with 9, you can switch between all 9. Now it also has a power button right in the center, and you've got a dimmer right here at the top and the bottom. Now one thing I really like about this is that it's got a mount at the back, alright, which you can remove magnetically. So this can be mounted on the wall either via a 3M sticker that they include, or for example, if you see, you got mounting holes here as well, so you've got a few options to mount it. What I really like is that you have the option to either put it here on the wall, meaning like this, or you can put it near your bed or near wherever you are and control your lights. Now another way you can control these lights is actually through a IKEA smart home app. I believe it's called the TRADFRI app, alright? So if you use that app, you can actually control the bulbs on your mobile phone. But there's a catch. You're gonna need something like this, alright? So this is an IKEA gateway, which is basically a bridge, works very similar to the Philips Hue bridge that you get. So you actually need this to connect the bulbs and all the TRADFRI accessories to your internet. And so you get a couple of advantages to that. So number one, obviously you can use the smart home app, alright, which just allows you to control it not just at home, but when you're outside as well. Of course, you need an internet connection. Now, the other cool thing about this is that this is compatible. The entire TRADFRI line and the Symfonist line, which we'll talk about in a future video, and the FYRTUR line, the smart blinds, all of these are all compatible with Google Assistant, alright, which is a fantastic plus for me. I use Google Assistant daily. My entire home has been Google Home set up, so that is a fantastic option. Now, of course, it also works with Amazon Alexa, it works with Apple Siri, but for me, I use Google Assistant, so I'm really happy. Now, one particular thing that I like is that they've added the IKEA touch or the IKEA flair to this. Now, this bridge, to power it up and connect it to the internet, you need to remove, this is sort of like a cover. And over here, you get 2 ports. You get an Ethernet port or LAN port over here, and you get a micro USB port here, and the micro USB actually powers the gateway. Now again, you've got mounting holes at the back, so you can put it on the wall, or you can just put it on the table or somewhere. But that's not what I'm particularly excited about. What I'm really excited about is the design. Now you realize that the cap and this is, you've got a lot of space here. So you're wondering why that is. This is basically so that when you plug in the LAN cable or the micro USB cable. If the cable is really long, you can actually twist it around and then cover it, and then you realize that you've got this thing here which allows you to clip the cable on to make it a bit more neat, and they would fit out of here. So by that way, you actually get built-in cable management. I've never seen this in any other gateway product or bridge product, so well done IKEA. Now, IKEA has a huge range of products in the TRADFRI line that I don't have. I mean, honestly, IKEA sent this all to me. I didn't buy it, and actually, thank you IKEA. I really appreciate sending it over. But like I said, they have a whole range of different products. They even got smart plugs as well. They've got a dimmer that you can include, and they have different bundles as well. And so that's really cool. And what I really like about it is that they have a bundle set as well, like I mentioned in the unboxing. So the one that IKEA sent to me was a bundle that included 2 E14 bulbs, a single E27 bulb, the gateway, as well as 1 remote control. Now we'll talk about the price a bit later on. Let's move over to the FYRTUR smart blinds. One thing I have never reviewed and I have always wanted to were smart blinds that were affordable, right? Because honestly, if you look at blinds and all this, the only one in Singapore, at least that I found, that was reputable was actually from a company called MC2, all right? And I actually have a video on that as well. The problem with that is that it's quite a fair bit expensive, and it comes in sort of a package. You can't just buy the product and bring it over. It's an entire service. Whereas IKEA now has smart blinds that you can buy and set up yourself. It's amazing. Now, I tested it out in an unboxing. I managed to get it to work. Of course, it comes with the blinds. It comes with a detachable battery, which is fantastic, so you can actually charge it. And then when it's charged, you can plug it in and it lasts for ages. Now, why I particularly like the fact that it's a detachable battery is that if you think about it, if you put blinds anywhere, especially for like the layman person like me who doesn't have any electrical experience or anything like that, if you install that blinds, you're gonna have to run the cable all the way to the nearest power extension or the wall plug. And what if that window or wherever you put the blinds doesn't have one? So the fact that it has a battery is one of the best features of the smart blinds. So once again, well done IKEA. Now, when you purchase these FYRTUR smart blinds, along with the blinds, of course, you also get a few accessories. Number one, of course, you get a remote control, which lets you control it with the remote control, and same thing with like these ones, same thing with this. You can actually mount it on the wall, you can remove it, it's magnetic, so you can bring it along with you, absolutely fantastic. You also get a charger to charge the battery, which like I said is detachable. And you also get an additional USB dongle that acts as a wireless receiver for the remote to work. Now, what's unique is that you have to connect it to the charger, all right? But that wireless receiver has a bypass so that you can still charge the battery without removing the wireless receiver. So that's really clever. I'm a little surprised that they couldn't incorporate the wireless receiver into a single charger. I guess maybe it's a little bit too big, but at least they have that extra USB port to bypass, so you don't have to remove the wireless charger every time you charge a battery. Now, build quality of the smart blinds, the FYRTUR smart blinds, I would say no issue at all. It looks really good, really solid. I believe it comes in a couple of different colors. Both of them look really nice, and they are sort of muted designs, which is not a bad thing. What I mean by muted is that it's not something that really stands out, which is not something you want with blinds anyway. And with like the one that I have, like the green, and I think that's a beige, it sort of suits your room no matter what sort of decor you have. All right, so let's talk about the price. Now, going back to the TRADFRI products that I talked about earlier, I'm going to talk specifically about the bundle because there's a huge range of products and I can't list them all, so go check them out. I'll put a link to IKEA's website in the video description below, but specifically this bundle that I have, which I think is excellent value for money. Again, it's 2 E14 bulbs, a single E27 bulb, the gateway, which you're going to need for any other product. So if you get more products, you still only use one gateway. You don't have to buy multiple gateways, all right? Remember that. You also get the remote control, all right, for the lights. And this entire bundle comes in at 99 Singapore dollars. Now, to some of you, that may seem a little expensive, but actually no. Now, to put things in perspective, like Philips Hue, all right? When I first started out in this whole smart home thing, I purchased that starter kit because I thought, if I was gonna go into it, I wanted to get the so-called best one. So I got the starter kit, which came with Philips' own Hue bridge, okay? It came with 2 bulbs, that's it. 2 bulbs and the starter kit, and it came with a remote, all right? That came in at $220. 2 bulbs, a bridge, and a remote control, okay? At IKEA, you get 3 bulbs, you get the bridge, you get the remote control, 5 products altogether for 99 Singapore dollars. It is one of the best value smart home products I have ever seen. Now, for the FYRTUR smart blinds, again, you've got a whole list of different blinds that you can choose from according to the dimension. So again, link will be in the video description below, but basically it goes from 159 Singapore dollars up to 279 Singapore dollars for the biggest one. Now, honestly, I'm so excited after seeing IKEA's line of smart home products, because honestly, for me, the options are limitless when it comes to IKEA. I mean, you're talking about a company that builds furniture, and now they've incorporated smart home products as well. It's only a matter of time before they start incorporating smart home features in almost all of their line of furniture, which is a huge load. And one very good example is the Symfonist speakers. And again, that's going to be in a separate review coming up very soon. But yeah, it's got me really, really excited. And right now with the ones that I've seen here, I don't have a single complaint about any of the bulbs. They're all fantastic quality, no issues with the smart blinds. And honestly, I've been so happy with all these products that they are going to get a 5 out of 5. So a 5 out of 5 for the products that I've reviewed, not their entire line because I haven't tested out them. So they're going to get a 5 out of 5 for these bulbs, for the gateway, for the remote control, for the FYRTUR smart blinds as well. I've been really, really impressed. And of course, they're going to get a Technobabble recommended logo. Alright, so that about wraps up my review of the IKEA TRADFRI and the FYRTUR smart blinds. Now, if you like this video, you know what to do, and I would love it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications on our next video. I'm JP, and I'll see you real soon.